So I know many of you have been to evening parades at 8th and I, but now you can all say that you've been to a morning parade at Boat Basin and 9th. It's not often that you get to have a ceremony where a Chief Warrant Officer 5, a unicorn, is your adjutant. And so thank you so much for the staff and the Marines that are out there. General Osterman, thank you for being here. Sergeant Major Porterfield, General Worth, Assistant Chief Connolly. Paul and I go back to lieutenant days, and now he's wearing 2 stars. So, and taking care of San Diego Police Department. So for those, Master Sergeant Lockwood always points out whenever I don't talk about the 3 families, he's like, "Sir, are you feeling okay?" So I figured I would use the 3 families as kind of my basis. So the first one, so the Commandant talks about the 3 families that every Marine has: the family you're born into, the family you're sworn into, and the family you marry into. And each of those families is critical for your nourishment, for your soul, for who you are as a human being and as a leader. And so, while I'm still strong, I'm going to start with the family that I married into. Sarah, thank you so much. Anna, Sam, our little nuclear family is about to explode off in a million different directions, and Sarah and I will have to come to grips with being empty nesters. See what that means next year. Although, while I was gone, she got a dog, so won't be right? a puppy, and the horses and all that. So we've got that. And of course, I married into the wonderful Warren family, represented by Sarah, my mother-in-law. Thank you for being here. It's been probably one of the best things about being down here out here in San Diego or in the Oceanside area is to reconnect with all the family. So I could not be more fortunate than to have the family that I married into, with the strong hand that's, of Sarah kind of leading us. Our success is clearly on you. So, hey, I was drunk. All right, there we go. Right, enough of the emotion stuff now. Now it's time to talk about the other families that won't make me cry. Well, they'll make me cry too. But so that and again, I promise I will be as brief as possible. And nothing sucks the soul out of you than standing on concrete for too long. But so the family you're sworn into. Actually, let me start the family you're born into. So obviously, my mom and dad are here. My brothers and sister are all here. And in that family that I was born into, I would also say it's the Walsh family and the McMurtry family. There's a strong sense of service. When I grew up in Lancaster, California, and that service represented by Tom McMurtry, pilot, Vietnam, test pilot for NASA. I still remember when his daughter Anna Marie, Mrs. McMurtry's daughter Anna Marie, was in my class. Her son Ryan's here. We would watch the space shuttle out at Edwards Air Force Base, and Mr. McMurtry was flying the 747 that was carrying the space shuttle, and it would fly up, turn sideways, and drop it off. And I thought, how cool is that? And so it's that spirit of that inspiration of service. The Walsh family, obviously. So back in first grade, there was this kid that stepped on a ball, cracked his skull, and there was another kid that fell out of a tree and broke his arm, and so we couldn't go out at recess, and so we got to know each other, Bill and I, back in first grade, and we formed the Walski Warriors, and we have once again reunited here, and we've crushed it 2 years running with the Wednesday night boat races in Del Mar, coming in second both years. So, Bill, thanks for Walsh Wednesdays. It's so great to have family wherever we go, and then of course my own family with Jessica and Miguel. One of the only benefit, I guess, of being a Geo Bachelor for the last 2 years was really not having all the encumbrances of children's lives. That I could go up and see my mom and dad in Lancaster pretty much once a month. It was fantastic. Thank you so much for the foundation, the wings you gave me. So, I think that's the born into family, and then the sworn into family. So we've got that's honestly that's the biggest family, not necessarily the most important family, but the one that I tell the Marines when you join, it's important that we recognize that it's the family that you're sworn into that's going to get you through the tough times, like Afghanistan. When the family you're born into or married into is not there for you, they're the ones that keep your soul moving. And I just I could not have had a better first dad Lou Casina back there. I started out Weapons Company 223 as a private, youngest Marine at the birthday ball, and there was Lou. Staff Sergeant Lou Casina was my platoon sergeant, dragon gunner extraordinaire, and kind of helped raise me right. Then Tom Venable, who you know my feelings for Tom, as it represents the staff NCOs and the value that they play in your life. That I am who I am because Tom made me the officer that I am. In that first interaction with my gunny, my platoon sergeant, he made me who I am. He set a path. So I blame you. But, and then it's awesome to see KX Listener here. And of course, John, it's both former school commanders. KX Listener was the company commander, my first company commander. And he taught me, and something that I've tried to really focus on while we're here is giving chances. We all make mistakes. A zero defects mentality will destroy the Marine Corps. And if we don't let ourselves make mistakes, and we don't let ourselves continue on and take chances, there's a million people in your career that take a chance on you somehow and you don't even see it. I was fortunate enough with KX, and I won't use the language because he's famous for his language, but I'm standing in 3rd Tracks. I'm a 2nd lieutenant. There's 3 company commanders sitting around talking to the XO. The rest of the battalion's deployed to Somalia. I thought I was going to Somalia. I didn't. I went to CAX instead. So I was Bravo Company, and KX is talking to company commanders, and I'm supposed to be Bravo Company, and he says, I'm going to take Dan and we're going to do tool inventories, and from across the room, KX says, something colorful, no way Stu, he's going to CAX with me. And for whatever reason, whatever you saw in me, other than I was fresh meat maybe and you needed another guy at CAX, KX, you've set me on my path, and it's just an honor to have you here. And then Paul, now Assistant Chief Paul Connolly, down in San Diego Police Department. Wow, at least one of us made it, right? So obviously there's more people than I could possibly thank. What I do want to do is say, Terry, you're taking an amazing command. The mission that we have, the Marines that you see out here, both instructor personnel and the students, we have a legacy in Amtrak's, it's YATYAS, and it's actually true. If you ain't tracks, you ain't special, right? It's again a different word, but one of the things that I try and reinforce is that as we develop our culture, we are a small part. We're just a small community in the overall culture of the Marine Corps. So Marines come to us with the eagle of an anchor freshly in their hands at boot camp. They go to MCT. Every Marine is now a rifleman, and then they come to us, and we professionalize them in their finishing school of the first of their finishing school of entry-level training, and we send them out to the fleet as professionals in the execution of their mission, professionals in their moral compass, in their culture. But one of the most important things we do is enculturate them into what it means to be an Amtracker. And I think we are kind of at that verge of changeover right now between vehicles that have tracks and vehicles that have wheels. And everybody asks, what's going to happen to YATYAS? We'll be fine, right? Because over time, it was not the track, it was the amphibious tractor that made the Marine Corps what it was on Tarawa and Iwo Jima, all those places. And so as long as there's Amtrackers, amphibious tractors, we're going to be fine. I think we can still say YATYAS, because it's actually true. If you ain't tracks, you ain't special. That's it. Sorry, I know you're infantry, but it's just. So in order to make any command work, though, of course, we need the support. I would be remiss if I didn't point out Joe Holguin, Front Sight Ministry. Every Christmas, they donate presents to all of our families. Thank you so much for that. Saw Louis McKay back there. Oh, there he is. All right, Louis McKay and the Bells of Freedom. We host here at the Bells of Freedom on behalf of Marine Corps Base Camp Pendleton. Louis, his organization, they have no. It's benevolent only in the sense that they give gifts, but it's designed to help people from both sides of the fence line connect to one another. So that way we don't lose touch with there's a broader community that, as Sergeant Major Callahan points out, we're the United States Marine Corps, not the Marine Corps of Camp Pendleton, not the Marine Corps of wherever you're from. It's the United States Marine Corps. So our ability to remain in touch with the citizens of the United States and share that respect is awesome. And then I don't know if I saw Christopher Lee's here, but last year we wanted to expand our Thanksgiving holiday, and and I was in trouble because I had promised big words, big promises, and I didn't have a way to come through with it. Christopher Lee's and Young's Market, they came through, and they do amazing support for us on our holiday party. So thank you so much for all of those who support our organization. I guess before I go, I do have to say a special thank you to 4 individuals. So when we decided our coin, I made the specific decision that our coin has my eagle on it. It's got the sergeant major's rank, and it's got the master guns. We are a command team. All right. So again, thank you so much.
I look around, it's obviously very humbling, very excited, and the old adage, every formation is a family reunion. There's just so many faces out there that have been a part of my career, and I truly appreciate everything that they've done for me and kind of guided me to this point. I certainly, I'm not the smartest guy in this ship, so those who have kind of carried me along, I appreciate it. Hopefully, I can continue to make you proud. Lieutenant General Osman, thank you so much for coming down. We're incredibly busy, and I see a few MEF staff guys that are in PB-19, so you got to come out and get a little vitamin B12. But, you're incredibly busy, and thank you. It certainly makes the day even more special. I would also be remiss if I didn't thank General Worth. Sir, I look forward to working with you and with your staff and training command. It's an awesome mission, and I'm ready to get after it. And then to Dan, thanks for the transparency. Again, pretty unique. I was 400 yards away, and so right when the message came out, Dan, it's always that awkward time. Dan reaches out to me and he says, "Hey, let's start talking about some things," because it's a different animal. And I begin to appreciate that with training command. We all have a lot of operational forces experience. My experience with training command was back in '95 and '96 as I was new session trained in. So you've been fantastic. Uncovering some of those deltas, and it's an impressive command. I've got big shoes to fill, and certainly I'm looking forward to the challenge. And as I joked, he's going to go back to the Pentagon, so he doesn't really get to look outside. I get to look over there, so I'm going to take pictures every now and then and just send it to you. I'm sure he'll really appreciate that. And then certainly a unique opportunity. I've come out of Salt Battalion open out with Japan, so those who have gone there know it's like roughly a 16-hour flight, everything's going well. So it's kind of separated by time and distance. You don't get to have a family come out and see you too often, but they didn't have the opportunity to see any of the change in command. So this is truly unique and special for me today. I've got my parents, Tom and Marlene. My mom is self-professed general, so I'll have her talk with the generals today, see if she gets PTBs. But thanks for raising this knucklehead. And hopefully I didn't make too many terrible mistakes, but you certainly set the foundation, and you're great friends, and really appreciate everything that you've done for me and for the family. And then I've got my brother and sister-in-law, Rich and Jennifer. Our families are spread from Germany to Utah, local Helen creation, and it's great now. We're only 3 states separated. And my family and I, we really like to ski and snowboard. Well, they're in Utah, so we're going to visit more often and take advantage of that. But it's truly wonderful to have you on. It means so much. My brother used to give me swirlies, and, beat me up and pick on me now. Now we got a slightly different relationship. I think we get a little better, get along a little bit better. And we always enjoy the opportunity when Mom's in town. We just gang up on her, pick on her, and it's truly a fun time. I think she actually enjoys it down inside. And then, certainly to my 3 ladies, keep me grounded. I understand my position in the pecking order when I get home, but they truly are everything that I do. I do for them. I love them deeply. It's been a great journey. We've been to Japan and Germany and in between all over the states. And it's been a wonderful adventure. I look forward to and I ask for your patience in advance because we've already walked this ground before. Command can be trying at times, so I appreciate your patience in advance. And then I'll close with certainly the Marines and sailors of assault amphibian schools. I didn't think when I left Combat Assault Battalion I'd get to do the track thing again. I kind of enjoy it. It was really part of my fabric. I'm really ready to get after this mission. I'm ready to learn from you guys and work with you on a day-to-day basis. And I think we're gonna have fun, and we're gonna have an opportunity to obviously continue the legacy of the great Amtrak and start writing a new chapter. As we have a new platform that's going to be introduced, but we're still going to be trackers. We're still going to get YATYAS. So again, I look forward to it. Several flight levels.
Sergeant Major, deliver the colors to the commanding officer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the ceremony's most solemn moment, the actual passing of the command. The battle colors of a Marine Corps unit symbolize the responsibility, authority, and accountability of command. The transferring of the colors during the ceremony symbolizes the relinquishing of command by Colonel Yaroslaski. By accepting the colors, Colonel Paustenbaugh accepts command and confirms his total commitment to the Marines and sailors of that command. Sergeant Major Charles C. Callahan is delivering the colors to the commanding officer. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the transfer of the colors. From Commandant of the Marine Corps to Colonel Daniel L. Yaroslaski. Subject, relinquishment of command. Effective 10/22 March 2019, you stand relieved of your duties as the commanding officer of Assault Amphibian School and will report to the Deputy Commandant of Information for duty. Signed, Robert B. Neller, General, Commandant of the Marine Corps. From Commandant of the Marine Corps to Colonel Terry M. Paustenbaugh. Subject, assumption of command. Effective 10/22 March 2019, you will assume all duties as the commanding officer of Assault Amphibian School. Signed, Robert B. Neller, General, Commandant of the Marine Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Sergeant is Sergeant Nicholas R. Petroviak. The training and instructor company commander is Captain Myrdale P. Nitis.